Hello and welcome to another episode of the Upskill Forum. My name is Thaddeus, also known as TJ, and I am the president and co-founder of the Agile Consulting Group, and I'm here with...
Hello, everyone. My name is Vince. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Agile Consulting Group.
Welcome, everybody. So happy to have you here with us today for another wonderful episode. As you know, today is, for those of you that join us every week, today is one of my favorite days. It's Tuesday, mainly because we get to spend time with you and really just enjoy talking about things that really affect life. But before we jump into any of that, Vince, how was your day?
My day has been very busy, full of meetings and all of that fun stuff, but keeps me on my toes. So definitely excited about today. Today is Tuesday, the day where we're able to do the Upskill Forum. So we can engage with you all virtually, which we both love doing so much. What about you, TJ? How was your day?
You know, my day's been pretty good, Vince. The nice part for those of you that, love the federal government and all that good stuff, yesterday was a holiday, so I was able to just relax. I didn't have to do my other profession that I do because the federal government was closed. So that meant that banks are closed. So it was really nice just to be able to relax, have an extended weekend. So today was really kind of my Monday, and it was very, very busy. So it's nice when you have those days off, but at the same time, it's challenging because you have to play catch up.
Yeah.
And you have to, get back into the swing of things. So it was kind of hard today getting started. Even getting out of bed this morning, it was kind of like a drag to get moving. And usually, like, once I get moving, the day kind of picks up, but it just kind of kept dragging along throughout the day.
Man, TJ, I was sleeping so good this morning. I did not want to get up, but you know what? Duty calls, responsibility calls, and I had to pick myself up and said, Vince, it's time to get out of bed. But definitely could have hit that snooze button and spent another hour in the bed for sure.
And the weather doesn't help. I know you guys he talks about the weather every week, but because it's getting colder, especially that midnight, the chill and the frost on the grass in the morning, it just kind of makes you want to just grab that cover just a little bit tighter and hold on. But
change is coming.
It is. It is. So tonight we are talking about something that I think is very, very important. And that's internal versus external clients, customer service, how to provide that level of service to your internal and external customers, and really understanding that in some way, shape, or form, all of us work in customer service. You may not actually have a job where you are physically working with a customer, but if you work in any type of organization in some way, shape, or form, you, my friend, work in customer service, and we all have a responsibility to make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people get the idea of customer service misconstrued often, where they think that, if you're spending money with me, then that makes you a customer, versus if they're not spending money and let's say it is eternal and internal, and you're providing a service or support to a certain group, you still want to make sure that you handle that delicately, because you can really make or break that relationship. Because guess what? Good customer service is all about relationship and reputation.
I agree. And I'm a huge stickler for great customer service.
Yes.
Anyone that goes out to eat with me pretty much knows that if there's something wrong, I'm usually going to be the person to share, because I personally feel like if you want my money, my hard-earned money, I need to be taken care of, and I want to be taken care of well.
Absolutely. No, I agree.
So you always know we like to kick it off with a quote. And the quote tonight says, "It's almost impossible to provide good external service if your organization is not providing good internal service. And that's by Benjamin Schneider. And when you really think about that quote, how can you really service your external clients if you're not taking care of your internal clients?
I agree. I think a lot of times different individuals think that, as long as the external clients are good, then I'm good. But they fail to realize people talk. And just as well as customers talk and word of mouth gets around about your business, when people are seeking employment opportunities, they may think twice about joining your company or becoming a part of your establishment, because the reputation that you created for yourself, your business practices, how you treat other people is spilling over. And now it's a poor reflection of who you sought out to be as a business owner.
No, I agree with that, Vince. And from an external to internal standpoint, maybe you don't have someone that you actually have to work with that's in a different department, but do you realize that just having a coworker, that's customer service? You have a responsibility to make sure that you're carrying your own weight. You have a responsibility to make sure that you're doing the right thing by your peers. Yeah. Customer service is so important. I don't know about you, Vince, but I hate going somewhere and not receiving good service. Like, it is huge to me to make sure that I'm getting the best service anywhere that I go. Because like I said, my money spends the same way that it would spend out in, Beverly Hills. I don't care if I'm in the inner city. I don't care if I'm in really where I'm at. I expect good service wherever I go. It all spends the same.
Absolutely. No, I agree wholeheartedly. And for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Vince. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Agile Consulting Group, and we're here with our president, Thaddeus, also known as TJ. We want to encourage you to go ahead and start that watch party. Go ahead and make sure that you share this video with your network. We do know that this is some very valuable information. You may know an entrepreneur that is a part of your network that can really benefit from the content and the information that's being shared on this live that we're doing this evening. So make sure that you go ahead and hit that start party and get that party started right now. Woo, woo, because everybody knows that Vince and TJ knows how to party. So just wanted to throw that out there. I'm sorry, TJ. What were we discussing again?
No, good point about the watch parties. But we were just really digging in, talking a little bit more about service and making sure that, whether it's, you helping a coworker, you still work in customer service in some way, shape, or form.
I had an experience where I worked with an individual. They worked in a back office department, and they had a horrible reputation. And every time somebody had to work with them, everybody was prepared to work around them and not with them because they knew that person was challenging. And this individual was knowledgeable, very good at what they did, but just was lacking in the people person area. And everybody just tiptoed around this individual. They tried to work with other people whenever they could. And then when they did work with them, they were brown nosed, with that individual. And for me, I'm not about to do that.
Right.
You are hired for a job. Your job is to provide support. So that's what I expect you to do, is provide support. And for me, at any moment you feel that you don't want to do what you've been hired and paid to do, I'm sorry, my friend, but for me, I now at this point think that it's just time for you to find another job. Now, I can't coach you out or coach you in per se, because I'm not your boss, but definitely, something to be considered. If you have that kind of attitude whenever you're providing support, and that's your job description, that's what you do, or even you work in customer service and you're being nasty to your customers, you need to do some soul searching and figure out, is this really what I want to do, or do I need to look for something else?
No, I agree. I agree. And this isn't exactly on the one of our discussion points tonight, but I just want to ask the question. And for those of you that are watching, share your insight. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. But Vince, do you feel the customer's always right?
I feel that the customer. So is this a yes or no question, or is it open for elaboration?
I want you to elaborate, sir.
Okay. Do I feel that the customer is always right? No, I do not. Do I feel that the customer has a right? Absolutely. Now, when I say, does the customer have a right? Yes, they do. They have a right to opt out of patronizing your business. They have a right to demand good customer service if they're engaging or interacting with you. Now, as it relates to, is the customer always right? Unfortunately, they are not always right, because your business has policies and procedures that you implemented that should help create an overall good experience with the customer. However, when you're developing, and I'm sharing information that you would probably get during a consultation, but I'm not going to go too deep in depth.
That's good.
But when you're creating and I'm going to say this to be done with that, but when you're creating a policy and procedure, your policy and procedure should not be only in the best interest for you, the business owner, and your company. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to leave it there, because that's a whole mouthful right there, where we can really go deep and really, start peeling the onion, with that. But your policies and procedures should not only be in the best interest of you and your business.
No, I agree with that. And the reason I asked that question is, working in customer service, oftentimes individuals don't like to hear that saying the customer is always right. But I like the way Vince put it. The customer has the right to spend their money where they choose to spend it. The customer has the right to support who they choose to support. And understanding that if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. If you don't have customers, you are not going to survive. So maybe the customer isn't always right from a standpoint of how they handle things. From a maybe, if they're upset about something, or maybe they don't want to follow the policy or procedure, maybe they're not right from that standpoint. But customers have the right to make choices on how they want to spend their money. I have the right to. There are certain businesses I will not support anymore. There are certain businesses that I want nothing to do with based off of previous situations that have happened. But that's my right.
Yeah. So that being said, that makes the customers right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we talked a little bit about the customer service piece. So an internal customer is any member of your organization who relies on assistance from another to fulfill the job duties. So understanding that, when you think of internal customers, those are individuals that work within your organization. Those are individuals that is basically a coworker of yours, maybe within a different department, but you have a responsibility to make sure, I should say, we have a responsibility to make sure that we're doing the right thing by those individuals. You may be saying, well, that I'm an entrepreneur, it's a one-man show. There's someone that you're working with, because you can't do it by yourself. You have a responsibility to make sure that you're acting appropriately, that you're handling business appropriately, that you are having follow-up appropriately with those vendors that you may be working with, because again, in some way, shape, or form, those are your customers.
No, I agree 100%.
And then an external customer is an individual or an organization that is either used or purchase your products or services. So that's individuals like myself going to Pick and Save, or to a grocery store, or going to a fast food restaurant. So those are the difference between internal customers and external customers.
I remember I went to a chain restaurant, and the hostess, she walked me and my party to the table, and the table was dirty. And what many people may not understand is the cleanliness of your establishment also ties into your customer service.
And does.
Is your are your restrooms clean and readily accessible for your customers? Do you have supplies that your customers need when they visit your establishment? As a restaurant, do you have clean silverware and clean cups and napkins and condiments, or like do you have these things? Because it ties into the overall customer service experience. Mm-hmm. But I told this young lady that the table was clean. You know what she did, TJ? She looked at me, she went and she grabbed a rag and she left it on the table.
You left, right?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, I left in a heartbeat. I actually think that they're closed down now. This was a chain restaurant located in downtown Milwaukee. But TJ knows me very well. TJ was not with me in this particular incident, but I left. One, I am not a staff member of this organization, and you will not hand me cleaning materials and pretty much sat it there and walk away and like you clean it. Like, it's not right.
No, I agree. I mean, it's honestly terrible. And from a customer service standpoint, that's why they're closed today.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they don't value the individuals that are paying to keep them in business.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple things we're going to dig into a little bit deeper is, and this is the question, how should you serve your internal and external customers? So the first bullet point is you want to treat them as if they are people and not a dollar sign. Nobody wants to be treated like they're just a piece of paper. As individuals, we want to be valued, regardless if I'm spending $1 at your establishment or if I'm spending thousands of dollars. Every penny that is spent there is very important, and people want to be treated as if they matter. People want to feel like they bring something to the table. People want to feel like that their contribution matters. And I'll be honest with you. So everyone that knows me knows that I used to work for Walgreens. I worked for Walgreens for over 10 years. Well, I go in there now, and I'm sure many of you that are watching can relate. They yell from the counter, "Welcome to Walgreens." Literally, I'm right here and you're yelling over me to say welcome to Walgreens. How about you invest maybe like Walmart does and have a greeter, have someone that greets the customer as they come in. Honestly, I feel like you're being rude to me by yelling over me, "Welcome to Walgreens." And hopefully the CEO of Walgreens is watching this, and this is a plug for you. But it's honestly something that I think it's rude, and it makes me feel like I'm not valued.
Yeah. No, I totally understand, because as a customer, you need to be, as a customer service rep, you need to be present in that moment with the customer that you're actually serving. And they should seem and feel as though they're the only one in the world right now, and that you're just that vested and concerned, with making sure that they're receiving the best service possible. Because when you do things like that, "Hello, welcome to Walgreens," and I'm here and you're all the way over there, you're not present in our interaction. And people can feel it.
Honestly, I agree. And I think one thing that sticks out to me the most is it's a check mark. Yep, told that customer welcome. You didn't mean it, so don't even say it. It's one of those things where I'd rather you just not say anything at all. I mean, because again, you're disrespecting me as the customer in front of you, and the person that's walking in the door, they've honestly have scared me at times where I'm walking in and I jump and it's like, "Oh, thank you," because it's not very genuine.
Yeah.
The next point is be responsive to the concerns of your customer, whether that's an internal customer or whether that's an external customer. It's so important to be responsive. How many times have you gotten an email and you wait until you get an answer to acknowledge that email. It's important to acknowledge that customer. It's important to acknowledge that coworker. Let them know, hey, got your email. I will follow up with you on this if I don't have an answer right away. But honestly, it's rude if you receive communication and you don't follow up, or vice versa. Maybe they've come to you and left a note, or maybe they've told you in person what it is that they need, and you may not think you're doing a disservice to the individual that you're working with by not acknowledging and responding right away. But in all honesty, you are. People want to know that you got their message. People want to know that you care. People want, and I say people, I'm speaking about that. I want to know that you received my email. There are times I will put a red receipt on just to make sure I know that you got it. So that when you don't acknowledge it, I can say, well, it says you read it on the 3rd.
Yeah. You know what? I want to provide some more free game, if you will. We're just throwing out so many nuggets tonight. So I really hope that you guys have your notepads and ink pens. But I want to say this as well. Can you pull that back up on the screen, TJ? Be responsive.
Be responsive.
Yep. Okay. So be responsive to concerns, right? We understand we live in the land of social media, and customers like to air out whatever discrepancies they have on social media, right? Before it gets to that point, try to mitigate that risk of the customer, one, posting that poor review on your business page, on Yelp, on Google. Try to mitigate that risk. Try to resolve the issue with the customer before it even gets to that level. And also, too, it is extremely tacky for business owners to be seen in comments arguing back and forth with your consumer. Social media is never the time nor the place to address any discrepancies. Drop an email in the comment section and tell them to submit a formal complaint, and you or a member of your team would get back to them at your earliest convenience. And that earliest convenience should be within a 24-hour period. I won't even say 48-hour period, a 24-hour period, because you need to show that customer that their complaint, their concern matters.
You know, Vince, this is all your fault, and we're at the 5-minute mark, but you started something here, so I'm just going to go ahead and dig into it. If you are a business owner or you work in customer service, do not blame the customer when maybe they are wrong, but I think it is so disrespectful when I'm the customer, I'm giving you my money, and then you say, well, that's your fault, sir. You didn't do X, Y, and Z, or that's your fault. That's what the instruction said. Or how about a business owner that has given you a commitment, okay, and they can't keep their commitment, but then they want to blame it on you as the customer. I'm speaking more or less of the blame piece. We don't want to blame our customers because maybe the ball was dropped somewhere. So understanding the importance of not blaming individuals and really taking ownership of it. And as a business owner, as from an internal to external customer piece, make sure you are really focused on the resolution and not stuck on the problem.
Absolutely.
And I'll leave that there because there's a lot I want to say, but that's a whole nother upskill forum. And then the next piece is always be professional in dealing with your customers. We just hit on that. It's so important to be professional. There's never a time that you should lower the bar, even if it's someone that you have a personal relationship with. Remain professional. At the end of the day, they're still paying you for a service, and you have a responsibility to deliver that service. It's also very important to think about the social media piece of it and how word of mouth travels. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to engage that customer. Again, whether it's a coworker, because that's customer service, or whether it is external for individuals that are paying for your goods and services, we have a responsibility to make sure we're doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
And then the last point for the night is customers are satisfied when their customers' expectations, not yours, are met or exceeded. Does that make sense to you? So it's important that the customer is satisfied, not that you as the company is satisfied, but you want to make sure you're doing the right thing by your customer. Because if you exceed their expectations, they will then in return make sure that they exceed your expectations by continuing to support your business. Word of mouth advertisement is the best advertisement that a company can have. It is so important to make sure that you're engaged and that you're doing the right thing by your clients.
And make sure that you're actually providing good customer service and not what you think to be good, because we have to understand that we ourselves are not our customer. So just because you may be okay with being engaged or interacted with a certain way, that does not mean that your consumer wants to be engaged that way. Or if you know that you have areas of opportunity with your attitude, with how you respond, with how you communicate, take classes, take courses, sign up for these master classes, sign up for these webinars, and take the time to learn the skill sets that you need to make sure that you're excelling in your business. There's no reason, with all the information that is so easily accessible at the fingertips of our hands, that you should be lacking in any area. You have the tools. So take time. Get feedback from different ones that you trust, your confidants, your best friends, and get their take on how it is that you're handling your business practices. And if you don't follow other individuals in your industry that's doing what you do and that are seeing really good success, patronize them. You'll get it, and consider that an investment, and you'll get a return on it.
No, I agree. Very good point, Vincent. Very good point. So we're at the time now that it is our question and answers. This is your opportunity to have dialogue with Thaddeus and Vincent, where we can answer any questions that you have. So drop those comments, share any information that you'd like us to talk about, and we'll be more than happy to answer those. So let's see here. A Facebook user said Walgreens, so someone definitely agreed with what I stated about Walgreens and the importance of that. Let's see here. Customer service is serving your customers. Definitely for sure. And then let's see here. Thank you for the free nuggets. All of them. Good. So definitely happy to have been able to share some of that information with you. But definitely make sure, as it relates to your internal and external customers, that you are thinking outside the box to make sure that we are doing the right thing for our internal, external customers. So this is our part where we share announcements and upcoming events that we have. So we want to dig right into it. So meet us here every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Upskill Forum. We have so much in store for you. These topics that we choose are topics that many of you, our viewers, have shared with us. So we definitely encourage you to keep those topics coming in so we can discuss those and really help continue to upskill you.
Schedule your one-on-one consultation today with myself and Thaddeus. You can do that by emailing us at engage@agile-consultinggroup.com, where you will not be disappointed. We have had the opportunity to consult with existing business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, individuals that want to grow professionally in their career fields. So make sure that you schedule that consultation with us today. Also, we have an exciting announcement. Many of you have been anticipating this and waiting for this. Our Secrets to Earning Your Worth webinar will be going live tomorrow. So we are so excited to drop this content. We've been working on this since August. We've been planning for it since the beginning of the year, but we wanted to make sure that we delivered on our promise with making sure that we are providing you with concrete information. There's no second guessing. There's no questioning if this information in these steps actually work. They do. I'm a living witness. TJ is a living witness. All of our panelists are living witnesses. We have industry professionals that came out of retirement to share with us the best practical skills to help you to learn the secrets to earning your worth. So keep your eyes open and your ears open because more information will be coming to you soon on our business page, on our official business page, Agile Consulting Group. So make sure that you're locked in, following us, and have those notifications turned on.
Absolutely. And schedule your one-on-one consultation with Vince and myself, where we can help you, whether you're looking to start a business, maybe you want to work on personal development, maybe you need to work on your branding. Definitely leverage Vince and myself. We are happy to meet with you. Send us an email at engage@Agile Consulting Group to schedule that consultation. And then join our private group via Facebook for professionals and entrepreneurs, the Agile Group. This group is private, and we encourage everyone to please join us. Sign up for this private group where you will receive special information that will help you continue to live agile.
And make sure that you like us on Facebook and LinkedIn, follow us on Instagram, and make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. All of our social media handles are Agile Consulting Group. So make sure that you're locked in and connected with us.
Vince, take us home.
And thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Upskill Forum, managing internal and external customers. And as we end each and every last one of our Tuesday night Upskill Forums with our motto, live agile, work agile, succeed agile. Until next week, our friends, see you then.
Take care. Thanks for joining us.